So you're willing to explore these different business model possibilities in a sense because you're focusing on creating the most value you can and then trying to capture a slice of the value. Is that kind of the way to put it?
We're still focused pretty much on how do we create the best experience for users and businesses. And one of the cool things about Twitter is from nearly the beginning, although there's lots of speculation about how do we create a business out of this, is there's tons of business use on Twitter today, and it's one of the biggest ways that it's used by users. Users are opting into commercial messages all the time, and we just want to make that better, easier, faster.
Right. So in that sense, asking, another question that I'm sure you get a lot is kind of what is Twitter, right? And so maybe if you were experimenting, that's the wrong question. Maybe the right question is, what is Twitter evolving to become? If it's a network, what is it evolving to?
What is Twitter has always been ironically difficult question to answer. We think of Twitter today as an information network. It's often called a social network, but we think of it fairly differently as an information network that helps people discover what's going on in the world that they care about, as well as share what's happening with them or what's happening around them. And the first point is key because you can take advantage of Twitter without having to share what's going on in your life. You can follow the flaming libs if that's what you care about, and you can be smarter for it or make better choices, and that's valuable to us. But the funny thing about being an information network, it's kind of like saying, what is the internet? It's an information network. So what's it for? Well, it's kind of hard to narrow that down. It depends on who you are. It depends on what you need at the time. So that's kind of like Twitter. But the value we're really focusing on today is increasing the signal-to-noise ratio and giving people really valuable stuff with as little effort as possible. And then if you are sharing stuff, how do you get that to people who really care?
Right. So